Hey, how's it going, fam? This is me, Muhammad, and I am recording this video in response to your questions and also going over a quick share of my experience as a copywriter slash creative strategist on Upwork. And this video will cover a bit of my background, a bit of my Upwork background, raw questions from the group, from you guys. And after that, I'm gonna go through so actually a bigger list of questions, right? So after that, I'm going to go through the interview questions. One of the guys asked, what questions you really get a lot from clients, from prospects. So I'm going to go through all of these. I know this is written from AI, but my AI is trained on going through a lot of my proposals and job applications. It really understands what has been happening over the past few months. And then we are gonna end this, right? So I suggest you watch this till the end if you really want the real sauce, because every single minute, every single second of this video is gonna help you guys out. I have been doing copywriting for the past 1.5 years, and I've literally worked for multiple niches. Make money online, biz op. Early days, almost all of you have worked in the biz op. So like courses, coaching. I've also got results, some of the wins as well. But recently, like past few months, I pivoted to ecom. Now the reason for that was I was more interested in real products, like talking about real products, than just coaching or courses on digital products. So that was the reason for pivoting to ecom. And then also I'm solely focusing right now on health, wellness, and supplement brands. There's also a reason for that. And why I'm telling you this is because if you are talking to a prospect, if you're talking to a client, you really need to justify this. So if they ask you like what's your background, like what have you been doing for the past 1-2 years, or how do you really got into copywriting? And trust me, this is the question that I've been asked quite a few times. So you really have to have a strong justification of that. So you just really they shouldn't get a hint that you're just pivoting here and there and just here and there for money. You should really have a strong reason for that. Also, pivoting to creative strategy was not just about the trend and the trend that's going on right now, but also I think it's a great opportunity for all of us. So to create more value and obviously to make more money as well. So that was the reason. So a lot of the results that I've got was from copywriting, as I've recently pivoted to creative strategy. So a lot of what you will see on my profile does not really reflect the creative strategy side of things, although I do understand and represent a lot of these, and I'm also actively applying on a lot of jobs and also getting interviews from the jobs that are creative strategist for the creative strategist role. Now this right here is my profile, and I'm top rated, as you can see, 100% GSS, almost 10K in earnings. I've been getting invites as well as, proposal reply rate has been good as well. One thing that I really feel that I, didn't really focus on is the volume of the proposals. In my early days when I got a client, I really, laid back and, I just thought that I should be focusing on fulfilling this and not just trying to acquire more clients, which is, I think, a big mistake. You should really, keep acquiring clients. So, which is why you might not see a lot of proposals here. And also this is like 20 days ago, so this is not updated. And also recently I stopped applying to more jobs because I've been getting invites. So which is why, but my proposal rate has been quite good, and then the view rate as well as the interview. Now these metrics specifically tell you a lot. So if you just focus on this right here, the ones that are viewed. Now there are specific factors that contribute to this metric. So one of these is obviously the first line, the hook of your proposal. So how do you write that? And also your profile. You can't do much about that, your earnings and all of that, your badges, but you can focus on the first line and the hook of your proposal. How I do it is making sure that I'm personalizing it. I'm not really a fan of greeting in the first line of the proposal, because that's really one shot that I've got to really make yourself stand out. And a lot of the proposals that the client will be able to see are usually greetings. So hey, hi, greetings and all of that. You just have to make sure that you're making the best out of that space that you've got. So if the person is scrolling through the proposals, the first couple lines should be personalized. If you can call out their name, that's the best thing you can do. If you have recorded a quick Loom for them, just mention that in the first line, that I've recorded a quick Loom for you. It would really make you stand out. One, because you're mentioning that in the first line. Second, because you are recording a Loom. Now itself, it's a great thing. It's an additional thing, and a lot of the people are not going to do that. Trust me. So this is how you do it, and then obviously the interview depends on how you have structured your proposal and what's your offer, what are your results, how much do you really understand the concepts, what the client is actually looking for. Sometimes the client is looking for solid rock hard results and experience and numbers. Sometimes they prefer somebody who's hungry, who's committed, who don't really have a lot of results specifically, but who can demonstrate that he knows what he's doing. So that's how this works. And for the hires, I've also been getting invites on LinkedIn and Twitter as well. So it's not just Upwork, to be honest. But as this video is about Upwork, so I'm going to share only about Upwork. Now, the raw questions that I've got from you guys is the number one is from Drew. Have shout out to Drew as well. A lot of he's doing a lot in the group and the community, contributing a lot. So yeah, shout out, man. He got rejected from a job that the reason was that he didn't speak German. And another one, because other people had more results. Now there's a few things to notice in this. Number one is the job qualification. So your job, my job as a service provider, is to qualify the job. If you're applying to a job, even if you're getting an invite and you're sending a proposal, we really need to qualify the job. So if you are new, if you don't really have the numbers or the experience, you should not be applying to senior position roles. You should not be applying to like 5 6K and above. That's what I think. Because if you are new, you should consider yourself a junior, even if you've got concepts and everything, but you don't have the results and you are not really senior. I mean, you obviously know that. You should be honest with yourself. So try to apply to like lower gigs, lower paying gigs, not really, $500 to $1,000, but a fair enough amount. And also, sometimes client, mention in the job post that they're really looking for the numbers. So I would just avoid that type of jobs. That would save us a lot of time. So job qualification is necessary. If they have written German and everything, you should also avoid that. Still you will have a lot of the cases where you qualified the job, you applied to it, but still you didn't get any response, or they just rejected. That's totally normal. You just have to focus on the volume and keep putting in the reps. As long as you're good in the skill and you are just constantly applying to the jobs, I'm damn sure you're going to get the opportunity. That's how I think. That's my mindset as well. If you are stuck in the game for the long enough, you keep pushing in, keep putting in the reps, you are going to win. There's no other option, because a lot of the people, 99% of the people, are not willing to put in the effort and be consistent. Now, you don't need results always. So why I say this is because sometimes, as I said above, just before this, that some jobs and some clients are not really looking for hardcore numbers and results or the ad spend that you worked on, or XYZ. Sometimes they mention this, even then I suggest you should apply. So what really will give you an opportunity in that case, and that is demonstrating the concepts, demonstrating the knowledge. That has been my experience. Like, you really need to build trust with them that you might be, or you will be, the best person for this job. So how do you do that? You send a Loom, like, I'm recording this quick one for you. If I just, type these answers in the chat, a lot of you couldn't really connect with me. A lot of you couldn't really recognize, the trust and the connection won't be there. And so the advice won't be effective as well. So if I'm recording this quick video here for you guys, putting in the effort, going an extra mile, it has value and it will help you stand out. Trust me, a lot of the clients I've worked with and I've, got interviews with, they've told me that, you have, really understood, you really, stood out, and your application really stood out because you, took an extra step and you recorded the Loom, and you really felt like you're committed to this. So trust me, if you do this, you're going to stand out as well. So just build trust in the Loom. I'm going to share what you should cover in the Loom. It's basically a quick introduction Loom. If you just show your face on the camera, how you talk and everything, it tells a lot about. Like, even if you're watching this video right now, you will have an image about me in your mind going on right from the first second. So it builds the perception, like the camera quality, the voice quality, how you talk, how you speak, how confident you are in your craft. And it doesn't really matter the results that you've got, trust me. Now, concept understanding, if you can demonstrate that, how ads work, when would you kill or double down on an ad, talking about the hard metrics like ROAS, CPA, talking about the soft metrics like, hook rate, hold rate, really using these terms, but demonstrate that this person knows what he's doing, what he's talking about. And also the spec work is what you need. So really a few good pieces of whatever you are applying for. So like for creative strategists, you should have some static ads, some video ads as well, UGC scripts, ad copies, so this type of stuff. And so yeah, the second question I got is the bigger brands picking me over someone with more results and experience. Again, you don't need to target bigger brands, bigger clients, senior job posts initially if you don't have the results, because a lot of the times that I also applied to these jobs, I just ended up nowhere, or just got rejected from them. So you as a person have to make sure that you are hitting the best chances, and you really have got a lot of good reasons to prove yourself for that job. So junior roles, the ones that are slightly low paying than the senior job posts, are the ones you should be looking for right now. Now, what did I do to get more interviews? Just apply more. That's simple. I've got a lot of rejections in the past 2 months. I've got a lot of interviews, and then nothing happened. So that's just a part of the process. I suggest you should at least apply to 5 jobs per day on Upwork. Now, if you're getting invites, that's additional, but you should be applying to at least 5 jobs per day. Once you keep applying, you will have really dialed down the process of applying, so you can just automate that. Now, what I mean by automate is that you can automate your proposal structure. Obviously, you'll have to fill in the things as per the job and everything, but that will save you a lot of time. And also, you can automate your Loom video as well. So what you can do is pick all the common questions that you have been getting from the past jobs and interviews. Just document them. Just document the call transcripts. If you haven't been doing that, just start doing this, and then give it to Claude and ask it to give you all the common questions that you've been getting. Just summarize them and cover the most important ones in the Loom video that we got. Now, you can resend this to every single job post and a job application because it will pretty much cover all of the more important concepts. Now, again, the Loom video will demonstrate that you're hungry and committed, and then you can really take the responsibility and get the job done for them. And one thing also, you should also offer a trial if you are new. So that could be paid, that could be free, but don't mention that in the proposal or the Loom. Just keep it open, because sometimes you mention the trial as free. Maybe they're willing to pay you for the trial, so just don't mention that in there. Just offer a quick trial. And then another question that I've got is, I've had a couple solid opportunities, really interested, but they ended up ghosting me. And even after follow-ups, does it happen to you? Yes, it does happen. And sometimes you just have to let it go. But again, you should also qualify the job to reduce the chances of this happening. But again, you can't be 100% sure this will gonna happen. If you're applying to 100 jobs, you won't get replies from 100, you won't get hired by 100. That's how the game is. And the second thing, which is in fact the most important thing here, and most people just ignore it, including me, is the skill level. So sometimes you're applying to jobs, you are getting interviews, you're getting the trials, but you are not getting hired. And one of the topmost reasons for that is your skill level, unfortunately. Because initially, if you're not getting a lot of clients, means that you're new to the industry, you're new to the skill. So you are also not good enough in the skill right now. So focus on your learning apart from applying. If you're sending 5 to 10 proposals per day, also set some time apart to learn from YouTube, from Matthew himself, and from the community, from all the sessions that you've been getting. Just try to improve your skill as well. That will really help you. And the clients can really see that in your conversation, in the proposals as well. How would I rate my portfolio? I would rate it 5 to 6 for the creative strategy, because I don't really have a lot of stuff to show. It's really spec work, just like most of you guys. So to be very honest with you, and why, again, as I mentioned, what's more important, I would say the application is the most important thing here. If you don't have the results, you can't leverage that. So leverage what you have. You have got this Loom, free as well as paid for 20-25 bucks. You can leverage a lot of the stuff if you think about this. In the application, you can talk about your understanding of the concepts. You can got a quick Loom on that. You can talk about your background, why you are unique. I'll also suggest everyone to focus on one niche, because that really makes the job, makes the process, the automation, and everything pretty simple. So you can just repeat on more proposals. You just don't really have to record a Loom every single time. Create a different proposal, talk about different things every single time. This will save you a lot of time. And again, I never got interviews hires based on results, to be very honest with you. So what do you emphasize talk about in your proposal to land creative strategy gigs, and what are the common interview questions you get? So Patrick asked this question. So this is how the structure really goes. I think sharing the template here is pretty useless, so I would just really talk about the structure. The first thing is personalization, the first part, and acknowledging your pain of finding the wrong person as well. So you acknowledge the job post that you're looking for XYZ person, this is your name, hey, and then acknowledging that. For example, if you're hiring for a creative strategist, you should say something like this: I know that you're hiring for a creative strategist role, and the right person should really understand the why behind what's happening. And the person should not only be able to write copy, script the ads, but also understand like why an ad is working, how to look at the data, how to make decisions based on the data. Like talk about these things initially, so they understand that you understand them, and that you understand that the right person should understand these things. And then demonstrate understanding of concepts and the reason why a piece of copy works. And then what makes me a good fit for this position. So like you really have to sell yourself here, what you have accomplished. For example, I mentioned these things. I understand direct response copywriting. I had experience leading this, my testimonials from Upwork, talking about copy systems. So this is really a strong point as well to leverage, as all of you here are a part of copy systems. You can leverage that. You can say that I am learning like from the best of the best people. You can refer to Matthew as well. You can say that you're getting copy feedback from best people in the space, including Matthew as well. And you are getting trainings on creative strategy, on writing copy, on different structures. And it's not just about the templates. And it's about thinking like a marketer and thinking like a copywriter. So you can just leverage this point as well. And then what brands you've written for. Even if this is spec work, I suggest you can talk about this, but just mention that this is spec work, so they know that you have written copy for real brands. Just pick a few top ones in your niche. What I did and how it was connected. So if I'm pivoting from a copywriter role, I have to connect it to like the creative strategy, so they know that I can do the job. A lot of it is related, like the hooks, the frameworks, and everything you do in direct response is related to creative strategy. My niche is pretty much health and supplements, so I leverage that and again giving them the reason why I'm writing for this and talking about this, relating it to my personality, that I love talking about fitness, health. I'm a health enthusiast. So I am not just understanding your customer, but I am your customer. So this is how you can leverage. You can change that as per your personality. Then talking about who I am as a person, not really necessary, but you can do that if you want. Some clients would want to know this. Then using creative strategy jargon, so they know I know the game. So that you can talk about creative flywheel, you can talk about creative fatigue, you can talk about the ROAS, CP, and all of that, and just show them that you know these things. And then a few questions that you would ask yourself when analyzing ad data, going over metrics and how I would make decisions. So you can just demonstrate like if the hook rate is low and the CTR is high, this is what I would do. If the CTR is low and the conversion rate is this is what I would do. So like 3 to 4 scenarios, so they know that you understand how to make data-driven decisions. Then just roughly mention your rate. Don't be very specific with this, just a quick range like 3K to 4K or 2K to 3K. Give yourself space here, don't be very specific. And availability as well. And then the CTA should be here. Like now I'm talking about this is in the proposal. So like how I do this is I don't really make the proposal in itself this long. I just share the Google Doc with them. That includes all of this what I'm talking about. So the proposal in itself is very short, and linking them to the Loom, to the Google Doc. So it gets easier for them to read as well and to skim through all of that. And then you can Also for the CTA, you can do this in the proposal in itself. You can say that, let's have a quick call, or just reply to this message and we can chat. Just take them to the next step. Don't just sell them. Don't, just take them to the next step. Just like the ads role is to sell the click, not the product. You just have to get, sell the reply, sell the click here as well in the proposal. And then obviously portfolio links as well. So you should have separate documents for ad scripts, VSLs, and all of that, so they can easily go through them. This is how I structure. Again, I've talked about this above. How many I am sending per day? 5 would be ideal, and I've been doing 5 as well. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, sometimes I get invited, sometimes I'm a lot busier in client fulfillment, so I'm not really focusing on, but that's how it goes. If you don't have a client, just keep sending 5 to 10 proposals a day at least. And then, personalize. This is really like the structure. Attach a quick Loom, reply to one of the things mentioned. Now, this would be unique. So every time you see a job post, just mention one of the things they have mentioned in the job post, so they know that you have read it and that you understood as well. And then, so this is like the interview questions. You can just go through these questions, or else this video will just get way too long. Again, I compile these using AI based on what I've been asked in the past 1 to 2 months of applying to the jobs and getting interviews. These are like the most common questions. These are mixed, so not every client asks a lot of these questions, but you can get an idea and you can understand, and you can really prepare yourself for these answers before you get on the next interview or call. So like, this is all from my side, and this is like a 23-minute video, so I appreciate you watching this till the end, because this is going to help you. This is real sauce, my experience summed up in this video. If you've got any questions, I'm not really active in the group. Sometimes I miss them because of a lot of questions that you guys have got, and a lot of discussions going on in the group. So you can always reach out to me directly in the DMs, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Till then, peace out. Have a nice day.